So here we go. Voila! This is the water age distribution in Spencer Gulf and also in Gulf St. Vincent. Okay, so there are two pieces of information shown here. One is the salinity, which is in the color. And the lines are the contours of the age of water. So how can you interpret this? So the way you can interpret this is that you have a 1 year line, a contour of 1 year. So anything less than a year is actually exposed to a seasonal flushing. Anything below a year is flushed within a year, and anything older than a year has a reduced flushing. So that anything longer than a year can be identified as a retention zone. So this is what happens. You create the density-driven outflow during winter. And it's indicated here by this arrow, and we just focus on Spencer Gulf here. The outflow, it sucks in new water. Okay, there's an inflow of seawater coming here on the western side. However, this time period doesn't last long enough to flush the upper regions of the Spencer Gulf because it is a fairly large estuary. So instead of that, it only manages to flush the lower parts of the Spencer Gulf, and the upper regions are excluded from it. Okay, and because the flushing involves the import of lower salinity water, it's obvious that the upper reaches have a higher salinity. So the salinity is actually directly related to the age of water. Okay, water of a higher salinity is older. Okay, and in Gulf St. Vincent, you don't reach that old water in the upper reaches. Okay, but still you have something which is older than 6 months. Okay, it's similar, but it's not as pronounced as in Spencer Gulf. So in terms of what this implies is, so we've already talked about the swell influence, the reduced swell influence in Upper Spencer Gulf. So this feature creates an almost isolated hypersaline lake in the Upper Spencer. Okay, so very little influences that you have of oceanic influences that you have in that region. And that makes it so special. That's the feature that makes the upper reaches of Spencer Gulf so special. So what's so special about the upper reaches of Spencer Gulf?